In Nigeria, where the pressure to conceive is overwhelming, a disturbing scam is preying on desperate women. This fraudulent practice, known as the cryptic pregnancy scam, has shaken communities and caught the attention of authorities. In one chilling case, a woman named Chioma claimed to have been pregnant for 15 months. A story that, unfortunately, is not as rare as it should be. Chioma, who had been struggling with infertility for years, finally believed she had found a miracle in her son, Hope. After years of failed attempts to conceive, Chioma was introduced to a clinic that promised to help her achieve motherhood. But what she thought was the fulfillment of her dreams turned out to be part of a sinister plot. According to Chioma, she carried Hope for a staggering 15 months, an absurd claim that authorities and even her own family questioned. Her story, however, is not isolated. Many women in Nigeria, under immense societal pressure to have children, fall victim to such scams, which exploit their vulnerability. The scam works like this. Scammers posing as doctors or fertility specialists convince women they can help them get pregnant. They offer a miracle treatment that often involves injections, drinks, or substances inserted into the body, which are said to trigger a pregnancy. For women desperate to become mothers, these treatments promise a solution to years of infertility. Some women report physical changes such as bloating or swelling of the abdomen, leading them to believe that the treatment is working. But these changes are merely a result of the substances they were given, not signs of a real pregnancy. The scammers take things even further by telling the women that traditional pregnancy tests and ultrasounds will not detect the baby, as they claim the fetus is growing outside the womb. When the time comes to deliver the baby, women are told they need to take an expensive, rare drug to induce labor. The women are often sedated during this process, and they wake up with the belief they have given birth, sometimes even with surgical scars, to reinforce the deception. In one investigation, the BBC exposed a clinic in Anambra State where these fraudulent practices were taking place. Known as Dr. Ruth's Clinic, the operation was run from a dilapidated hotel and charged women a hefty fee for the so-called miracle treatment. Women were led to believe that they could select the gender of their baby and that the treatment was guaranteed to work. The clinic's staff, masquerading as medical professionals, encouraged women to keep their treatment a secret from legitimate doctors. These scams are not only dangerous for the women involved, but also for the babies they ultimately receive. Authorities have uncovered disturbing evidence of baby trafficking, where newborns are taken from their mothers and sold to other desperate clients. Some women, feeling pressured by their circumstances or by society's expectations, are coerced into selling their babies for money. In one raid by the Anambra State Health Ministry, authorities discovered a facility holding several pregnant women against their will. Some of the women, as young as 17, were told they could make money by selling their babies. While some victims, like Chioma, are able to retain their children, many others are left to grapple with the devastating consequences of their decisions. The impact of these scams is far-reaching, affecting the lives of women, families, and entire communities. The authorities, led by figures like Commissioner Ifeanyi Obinabo, are working tirelessly to dismantle this network. But experts warn that without a change in societal attitudes towards infertility, motherhood, and adoption, these scams will continue to thrive. As the investigation into these fraudulent practices continues, it becomes clear that this is not just about deceit. It's about the exploitation of vulnerable women and children. Until there is a cultural shift that values women's rights and addresses the pressures they face, scams like this will remain a serious problem. Stay subscribed for more videos.